Welcome back to Submitters Collective. Today, why do bad things happen to good people? Our existence on earth is the result of a heavenly feud, where Satan claimed he could be a god besides God. To prove this claim wrong, God granted Satan a temporary dominion, earth, and constituents, humans who failed to make a firm stand for God's absolute authority. Consequently, much of the misery, disease, famine, and war in the world is the result of Satan's incompetence as a temporary god. When people side with Satan's point of view, even subconsciously, they become his constituents. The suffering in the world is the natural output of Satan's chaotic kingdom. In contrast, those who submit wholly to God enter his kingdom where there is perfect peace. The Quran states regarding the destruction of previous generations, God never wronged them, it is they who wrong themselves. For those who claim to be good or believers, bad things serve as admission tests into God's kingdom. It is easy to claim faith when life is perfect. True faith is proven under pressure. You cannot claim to uphold God's absolute authority without being tested to see if you will stand by that claim during adversity. Do the people think that they will be left to say, "We believe," without being put to the test? We have tested those before them, for God must distinguish those who are truthful and he must expose the liars. We will surely test you through some fear, hunger, and loss of money, lives, and crops. Give good news to the steadfast. Often what we perceive as misfortune is a direct consequence of our own actions, or a reminder to return to God. This is described as educational disaster, a way to alert a person that they have stepped out of God's protection. God runs everything, but he has created laws of cause and effect. If we put our finger in the fire, it burns. Similarly, bad things can happen because of what our hands have sent forth. Anything bad that happens to you is a consequence of your own deeds, and he overlooks many of your sins. When something good happens to them, they say, "This is from God." And when something bad afflicts them, they blame you. Say, "Everything comes from God." Whatever good happens to you is from God, and whatever bad happens to you is from you. Humans have limited vision and may perceive an event as bad when it is actually good for them in the grand scheme of their eternal soul. We may dislike something that saves us from a worse fate or prepares us for a higher rank. Story of Moses and the teacher in chapter 18. The teacher damaged a ship, seemingly bad, to save it from being confiscated by a tyrant king, actually good. And he killed a boy, seemingly terrible, because the boy was destined to burden his righteous parents with transgression. But you may dislike something which is good for you, and you may like something which is bad for you. God knows while you do not know. A major bad thing people fear is death, especially of good people or children. The righteous do not truly die. They simply leave their earthly bodies and move directly to paradise. Therefore, what looks like a tragedy to us on earth is actually a promotion and a liberation for the soul. Do not think that those who are killed in the cause of God are dead. They are alive at their Lord, enjoying His provisions. They do not taste death beyond the first death, and God spares them the retribution of hell. Children who suffer or die young are guaranteed heaven. Their suffering may serve as a test for their parents or a blessing in disguise to save the child from a future of wickedness. Adversity is used to cleanse the soul and remove the ego, which is the barrier between humans and God. Suffering can humble the human being, making them implore God and abandon their arrogance. It serves to cool the temper and purify the believer. When the human being is afflicted, he implores his Lord, sincerely devoted to Him. But as soon as he blesses Him, he forgets his previous imploring, sets up idols to rank with God, and to divert others from His path. With pain there is gain. Indeed, with pain there is gain. Bad things happen to good people, either to test their faith, purify them, correct their course, or in the case of death, to promote them to a higher existence. Ultimately, for a true believer who trusts that God is doing everything, even apparent adversity is understood to be within God's control and for a specific purpose.